And welcome back to Summit High School. Game number 2 with the visiting Brentwood Bruins against the Summit Spartans. Parker Hazard here once again for your broadcast for the boys game after a overtime victory by the Lady Spartans, 54-52 over the Lady Brentwood Bruins. So tough one to follow up, but this should be a great game as the starting lineups for both teams are being announced right now. The Summit Spartans are starting Destin Wade, Keaton Wade, Konata Works, Caleb Jolly, and Kristen Conger, And over on the Bruins side, we have Preston Moore, Harry Lackey, Cole Massey, Jake Thurman, and Ben Mills. Main headline storyline for this game is all 5 of Brentwood starters are all seniors. The starters for the Spartans, freshman, sophomore, and sophomore. So younger look for the Spartans, and Coach Josh Goodwin coming in 7-10, 4-6 in the district, sitting at number 7, as Greg Shirley's Brentwood Bruins sitting at 17-5, 9-2 in the district, sitting in second place. As we have a tip-off and we are underway here in game number 2. Spartans are able to get the first possession of the ball game as Keaton Wade went up against big Harry Lackey, 6'6" junior, and unable to hit. So I stand corrected. There is a junior on the starting 5 for the Brentwood Bruins. So Preston Moore, the 5'9" senior, getting things started for the Bruins. So he is off the mark as the Spartans push it down court. And Tristan Conger unable to hit the three-pointer. Three off the mark by Cole Massey. So both teams starting a little cold as Keaton Wade on the right side down the lane, that is Destin Wade, his twin brother, and draws the foul. So we see a good look there at Josh Goodwin. Changed things up a little bit here in the second half of the year. Had a couple players missing with injury, and decided to go with a younger lineup here late, and it has started to work for them a little bit. Spartans coming into this game off of a 2-game winning streak, as Wade is 0 for 2 from the line. And I stand corrected. The Summit lost to Centennial last week, 70-58, after winning 2 in a row over Spring Hill and Dixon. So, looking to bounce back with a big game here. Really, if you're the Spartans, this is a big game as far as district seedings is concerned. Half a game out of 5th place and a full game out of 4th place as the Spartans force the turnover. Caleb Jolly able to get the ball back and gives it to Tristan Conger for the first bucket of the ball game. Anyway, Bruins sitting in second place in the district, behind the 10-1 Franklin Rebels. And out the past 3 games, that is Brentwood's only last loss was to the Franklin Rebels, as they are riding a 2-game win streak themselves. Dixon and Spring Hill, their last 2 opponents. So slow start on both sides. 2-0 Spartan lead with 5 minutes and 40 seconds left to go in this first period of play. Conger, floater, unable to hit. And saving the ball was Preston Moore for the Bruins. And Jack Thurman unable to hit the wide open layup. Destin Wade loses it. And able to get the ball out of the hands of Preston Moore, and unable to save it from out of bounds was Kanata Wirtz. Great defense by him. Good hustle, so that will give the Bruins the ball from the baseline. Off the mark was Massey. Ben Mills able to get the offensive rebound and draw the foul. And that is Tristan Conger's quick second foul. Excuse me, that was on, looks to be on Destin Wade, so that's his first, team second, as Massey misses the first free throw. Oh for 2 is Massey. Conger drives left side and in. Four nothing lead for the Spartans, showing a little press. And Brentwood able to make it over the timeline. Jack Thurman drives, makes the bucket, and is fouled hard. And he will go to the line for a potential three-point play. We have our first substitution of the game as John Windley, the 6'2" junior, comes in for Cole Massey. And Thurman able to complete the three-point play. Brings the Bruins within one, 4-3 Summit lead with 4 minutes and 10 seconds left to go in the opening quarter. Conger outside to Wirtz, unable to hit. Offensive rebound. Offensive rebound 2 times by number 2, Keaton Wade. Unable to finish the basket, but will get the foul call and get a chance for 2 from the line. Keaton Wade averaging 10 points a game alongside his brother Destin Wade at 11 points a game, kind of leading the charge for the Spartans and the young roster that Coach Goodwin has over on the Summit side, as he misses the first. So Hayden Turner comes into the game for Destin Wade as he'll take a rest. That'll be the first substitution for the Spartans tonight, as Wade is off the mark on the second free throw. And Keaton will pick up his first foul on the loose ball. So 0 for 2 from the foul line. That's something that Coach Goodwin mentioned before, that rocky free throw shooting it's kind of hurt them so far this year, and so starting off 0 for 2, gonna need those if they plan on staying in this game with Brentwood, as Thurman off the mark with the turnaround jumper. As Conger finds Caleb Jolly unable to hit, and Brentwood pushes. Outside three off the mark by John Windley. As Conger pushes it and decides to slow it up and get a play set up for the Spartans. Three-pointer off the mark by Turner, and it will stay with the Summit Spartans. Pretty good ball movement by the Spartans so far. Getting a few open looks, just unable to find the bottom of the net so far. And seems to be happening on both sides as both teams are starting a little slow from the field. Just kind of get the wits around them and get some things going. As the defense by the Bruins not letting anything inside by the Spartans. Wild long pass across court. Back to Conger. Conger drives and gets a blocking foul called on Harry Lackey. So Jonathan Myers and Trey Hunter coming into the game for the Spartans. And Joey McPherson, the 6'1" senior guard for the Bruins, into the game. Looks like a little bit of a zone defense by the Bruins, keeping the Spartans outside, not able to get anything in as they're trying to go inside out, and finally turns into a traveling call on Hunter. Good defensive possession by Brentwood. Kind of showing a little bit of little inexperience by the Summit offense there. Younger team, but all season shown resilience and athleticism, being the smaller team to a lot of opponents, but speed and athleticism has kept them in most, and that's what's going to have to keep them into this game, staying in the face of this older, taller, longer Brentwood Bruins team, who the Bruins, as Trey Hunter is fouled, the Bruins with that slow start, got to capitalize on these offensive possessions if you're Summit, and not give Brentwood any extra chances to get hot. As Hunter misses the first free throw, Preston Moore is checking back into the game. Cole Massey will take another breather. And 0 for 4 are the Spartans from the line so far tonight. Windley off the mark from three. Preston Moore hustles for the offensive rebound. Gives to Thurman, who is unable to hit from three-point range. And Spartans have it for a moment and give it right back to the Bruins. Pass inside to Thurman, unable to hit, looking for a foul. Good defense by the Spartans down low, keeping the ball out of the basket, and will regain another defensive possession down on the baseline on the Bruins side. And number 20 for the Summit Spartans comes into the game. That is Hayden Bell. Going to see a lot of players coming off that bench for the Summit Spartans. They're play about 8 to 10 players a game on average. As you see on that bench, it is a full bench on the Summit side. Coach Goodwin using everybody that he has to keep everyone fresh and stay in games. So as we approach 10 seconds left to go in this first quarter, Preston Moore with the ball, drives, gets the defender off of his feet, unable to hit. And great defense by Summit. And unable to hit the desperation three, Turner. That will bring us to the end of our first quarter. A low score, Summit 4, Brentwood 3 at the end of 1. And it is my assumption that both coaches have some talking to do to both teams to try to get some scores on the board. These two teams have met once before this year, back in December. Brentwood outlasting Summit 54-28. Not the game Summit was looking for there, obviously, but that was back earlier in the season when a couple injuries kind of was working against them, and with the lineup change, as mentioned before from Coach Goodwin, trying to get some things back on track. And over on the Brentwood side, trying to stay hot and stay in the top of the conference standings. Harry Lackey unable to finish one, gets his own rebound and gets the second, and gives Brentwood first lead of the ball game. Conger inside and finishes. So Conger with all 6 of the Spartans' points. And looks like an illegal screen will be called on Brentwood, so another turnover. These are turnovers that Summit's got to think that they need to capitalize on. If they're going to give it to them, they need to find ways to score and stay in this game and possibly pull away early and try to get Brentwood into foul trouble. As 3 hit by number 12, that is Kanata Wirtz. And number 35, James Wirtz, brother to brother, able to pick up the assist on the big three-pointer. Summit trying to trap. And Brentwood unable to hit. Big rebound by the Spartans. Good defense as well on their end. Conger spin move and in. Number 22 is hot tonight so far for the Spartans, as that forces Brentwood to take a timeout. With 6 minutes and 23 seconds left to go in this first half, Summit leads Brentwood 11-5. As mentioning earlier, Summit looking to capitalize on turnovers, as well as getting those big playmakers and big scorers from Brentwood in foul trouble, as Brentwood now has 5 fouls this half, with Summit having 4. And with those big scorers, leading the way is Jack Thurman with 15.6 points a game, and a very respectable 40% from three-point range. And so far, Summit has done a really good job containing him and keeping him off the board. So after the timeout, we'll see what both teams have drawn up. Drive inside by Franklin Burks, and he is fouled. John Franklin Burks, first time on the court tonight, the 5'11" guard, senior. One of 6 seniors on this Brentwood roster. And misses the first one. So a lot of A lot of leaders, a lot of talent and maturity on that Brentwood side, kind of getting them to where they are, 17-5 and 9-2 in the district, as Burks hits the second. But so far, Summit has done a really good job on defense containing those scorers. And just looking to keep good ball movement and get some points of their own. Wirtz to Wirtz. Off the mark. As Preston Moore unable to connect on the drive all the way to the hoop. Summit answers. Missed by Jolly. But Keaton Wade able to put it back and get fouled for a potential three-point swing here for the Spartans. So big 6'7" senior Ben Mills back into the game for the Bruins. As Wade able to pick up three the old-fashioned way. 13-6 Spartans, 14-6 Spartans over the Bruins with 5 minutes and 10 seconds left to go here in the first half. Lackey gets it to Mills and partially blocked from behind by Wade, but they're going to call a foul on Keaton. Good play by Keaton. Forcing Mills to pick up two the hard way. And hits the first. Ben Mills, 10 points a game, 8 rebounds a game is the big vocal point for the senior. All year had a really big, strong presence down low. And so far the Spartans have kind of kept him quiet, as Mills is able to pick up 2 points. So Spartans with the ball. Jonathan Myers back in for Summit. As Konata Wirtz looking for Myers and will end up turning the ball over, giving possession back to Brentwood. Thurman down low to Lackey. Gets his own rebound and fights his way to put it back in. Great job by Lackey. Ball inside to Jolly. In for the 2 points off the glass with two Bruins breathing down his neck, and Summit is able to answer. Ball almost stolen. Once again, another offensive rebound by Brentwood, and there he is, big Ben Mills, able to get the rebound and draw the foul. And that'll be 2 more from the line for Mills. The foul's going to be on Jonathan Myers. That's his first, team 7th, which will have Brentwood shooting free throws the rest of the half. So Hayden Turner into the game for Wirtz. James Wirtz, that is. And Franklin Burks will take a rest as John Lindley comes back in for the Bruins. So 2 for 2 from the line for Mills. As that'll cut into the Spartans' lead, 16-12. Just under 4 minutes left to go in the first half. Summit trying to get inside of that zone. Missed 3 by Wirtz. Summit able to contain possession of the ball. Nice pass. Jonathan Myers able to finish. I believe that was Kanata Wirtz with the pass, but I might be mistaking that for Tristan Conger. Nonetheless, nice play by the Spartans, and better finish by Myers. As Summit's turned into their own zone on defense. Lackey into Mills, unable to hit, and that'll be off Summit. And that play right there just showed how big of a mismatch it is down low for Brentwood against Summit with the height difference. As Brentwood just cannot buy a basket down low. As Windley misses, Thurman misses. Jonathan Myers able to bring down the rebound and contain it, and will draw a foul, making that the 17th foul for the Bruins, and that will take Jonathan Myers to the free throw line for a 1-and-1. Jonathan Myers' name sounds pretty familiar. That's because he is also a part of the football team, along with both Wade brothers. Had the pleasure of calling some of their games this year, and just great athletes that Summit possesses, and as well as Brentwood. Few dual sport athletes as well. And once again, another turnover for Brentwood. So Hayden Turner looks to the bench to get a play as Summit resets it up. Nice move. Wirtz trying to find a lane to get inside. Brentwood defense not letting it happen, as Summit still searching to get a shot up. Looks like Brentwood's defense is turning it up a little bit here late. Kanata Wirtz trying to get something going for Summit, as Conger finds Myers down low, wide open. Kind of got behind that zone, and he's able to push the lead up to 8, 20-12. Summit leads Brentwood. Fastly approaching 1 minute left to go in this first half. Thurman with the ball, back out to Lackey. Brentwood really wants to try to get the ball into Thurman's hands. He's kept quiet tonight so far, as he gets it. As playing a little catch for the Bruins. Looked like McPherson was looking for the backdoor cut by Lackey. Unable to hit, and going up for his own rebound once again. Lackey called for the foul. And that'll be number 10 at the line, Jonathan Myers once again. Myers, one of 2 seniors on the roster for the Summit Spartans basketball team. And hits one for one. So Evan Drennan comes into the game for Harry Lackey. Myers unable to connect the second end of the 1-and-1. So 21-12, Summit leads Brentwood with 30 seconds left to go in this first half, and looks like Brentwood will hold it off for the last shot. As we see Jonathan Myers and the crew on defense barking out instructions defensively as McPherson holds the ball and finally gives to Thurman to start something. Great ball movement, swinging it outside. And on cue, Thurman able to hit a nice three-pointer. Summit trying to push down the floor. Conger finding Myers, unable to finish. But that'll take us to the half. Summit with an early 6-point lead, leading Brentwood 21-15 as we go to the locker room at halftime. And we are in for a good second half. As 21-15 Summit leads, we will be back shortly for second half action.
Hi everybody, this is Penny coming to you from Purr Palace here at Williamson County Animal Center. I'd like to introduce you to my friend Clarice. She's an 8-year-old silver tabby who doesn't mind hanging around with other cats. She loves to just sleep in the sunny spots and also hang out in our computer monitors that we have here in the room. So come on out and meet Clarice and all of her pals and go visit us at adoptwcac.org.
Hi, I'm Megan here at Williamson County Animal Center, and we have one of our really cute puppies, Irwin, with us. We have got quite a few puppies out in foster homes right now, so we are in need of puppy supplies. We could really use wet pedigree puppy food. Also, puppy pads and puppy formula are all things that we would love to take in, and these guys sure would be appreciative.
And welcome back to Summit High School, the boys varsity basketball game. Summit Spartans over the Brentwood Bruins 21-15 as we get this third quarter started. Slow start for both teams, and Summit kind of was able to answer turnovers and capitalize on misses by Brentwood, as we see right there, Destin Wade getting this second half started with a three-pointer of his own. Summit able to keep Jack Thurman and the high-scoring offense of Brentwood kind of at par a little bit. And as Thurman, we see there, misses once again. Summit, the smaller, faster team, very athletic, in-your-face defense that has – and very close over the back call there as Conger trying to keep it on the Summit side and was to no avail. But as I was saying, Brentwood taller and longer, more physical of a team. And for most of that first half, Summit's in-your-face defense was able to contain them and keep them at bay with only 15 points in the first half. So we'll see what kind of changes Brentwood and Coach Shirley came up with to counteract the defense of the Spartans and look to get some scoring going as Lackey misses it. Mills with the offensive rebound and putback with a chance for a three-point play. Once again, Mills, 6'7", senior. Big mismatch down low and has come up with very big rebounds all game long. As That is Keaton Wade taking a breather after picking up his third personal. Mills with the three-point play. So brings the Bruins within 6. Spartans lead 24-18 at the minute-and-a-half mark in this third quarter, as Destin Wade driving inside, flashy moves, unable to finish. As Lackey trying to get it into Mills. Another turnover by Brentwood, and Summit able to get back possession. As Tristan Conger able to draw the foul. Conger missing, and as mentioned before, the Summit Spartans free throw shooting has been a little bit of a bugaboo for them this season. And as Conger able to get 1 of 2, that I believe personally that's going to come into play here later in this game on both sides. So good ball movement around the perimeter by the Bruins. Lackey finding isolation, misses the layup, but Thurman able to get the rebound and put back. Jack Thurman, the 6'3" senior, needing to come hot for the Bruins, try to get them back in this game. As that was Kanata Wirtz with the miss. Nice pass by Thurman inside to Mills, who was unable to connect, and the ball will be off of Summit, staying with Brentwood underneath the basket. Thurman to Lackey, no good. Jonathan Myers with the rebound as Conger pushes it down floor. Myers, no good from 3. Comes in and gets his own rebound. And so Caleb Jolly is going to get the foul. Okay, I was confused there for a second. Almost the way that Cole Massey, number 24 for Brentwood, reacted, it looked like he was getting called for the foul. But turns out Jolly for Summit will pick up his second foul. Second team foul this half. So poked away by Conger. Summit trying to get that possession and unable to keep it, and it will stay with Brentwood. As we see our Dr. Qualls, our county athletic director there, catching the action tonight. And it has been a good one, as the Spartans are holding on to a 5-point lead. Just over 4.5 minutes left in this third quarter against the number 3 ranked in the district, Brentwood Bruins. As Conger looked to get all ball, and he will get called for the foul. And Lackey was trying to plead his case, standing there at the free throw line, saying that it was a shooting foul, but Mr. Referee will say otherwise. Mills gets it in to Lackey. Lackey able to put it in for 2, bringing the Bruins within 3. Healthy dose of Lackey and Mills inside for the Bruins this quarter. Definitely a game plan changer that Coach Shirley over there on the Brentwood sidelines has decided to do. Pound that ball inside and use your height advantage. And that's exactly what they've done so far in the second half. So Destin Wade almost loses the ball, but gets it to his his teammate Conger. Conger finds Myers. Unable to put it up. But Conger and Myers both tough down low, getting the offensive rebounds, and Conger getting fouled on that last attempt. So that's number 3 on Lackey. So John Winley into the game, 6'2" sophomore for Lackey. So 2 shots here for Conger. And misses the first. And 1 for 2 once again on his free throws, as Conger will take a breather. Hayden Turner into the game for him. Summit showing pressure. Trying to trap Moore in the corner, unable to do it. Thurman loses the ball. And another self-inflicted turnover by the Bruins, giving Summit another possession. As Destin Wade driving with the left hand, swarmed by 3 Bruins defenders, able to draw a foul. And that'll be the 3rd team foul for Brentwood. Not sure who picked that one up, but Brentwood will call a timeout. So with 3 minutes and 16 seconds left to go here in the 3rd quarter, Summit leads Brentwood 26-22. Summit coming in here a definite underdog, but right now they're not playing like it. They're definitely bringing a challenge to Brentwood, and you know, if Brentwood's wanting to stay in the top 2 of this district, they're going to need to change something around. But just the grit and determination by these Summit Spartans, knowing that, and just answering the bell and doing it. We'll just see if they can hold on with the younger team, with their senior-ridden counterpart Brentwood. So Destin Wade able to hit his first. And 2 for 2. Summit's keeping with the pressure. As McPherson brings the ball up court. A little bit smaller lineup for the Bruins out there right now, with both guards Winley and McPherson on the floor, and Franklin Burks, number 20. And ball is going to be off Thurman. Good defense by Myers. So Cole Massey into the game for the Bruins, in for Mills. So another turnover by the Bruins, giving the Spartans the ball back. 28-22 lead. 2.5 minutes left to go in the 3rd. Wirtz driving baseline, saved by Massey. right into Jolly's hands, and unable to finish were the Spartans. Wow, great move. Up and under shot by Preston Moore. Able to cut into the lead of Summit by 2. And Hayden Turner driving, trying to do a little bit of a scoop pass to Myers, unable to get it to him off Brentwood, so Summit will remain with possession. Jolly wide open for 3. No good. Thurman with the rebound, looking to push. Gets it to Joy McPherson. And trying to go for the reverse layup. Unable to connect, but will get Destin Wade his 3rd foul. So that'll be 4 fouls on Summit as a team. Let's see what Mr. McPherson can do from the line. In and out. So a committee of 3 Spartans coming onto the floor. Andrew Pierce, number 11, I believe, seeing his first time on the floor tonight. Along with James Wirtz. And Conger back on the floor as well for the Spartans. McPherson hits the second. So cuts into the lead, down to 3. Conger looking for a screen, can't get it. Spartans working the ball inside out, trying to penetrate the Bruins defense. And Conger able to hit the little runner there in the middle of the paint. And that brings us 30 to 25 lead for the Spartans, with down to 1 minute left to go in the 3rd quarter. Three good by number 24. That's Cole Massey. Big shot needed by the Bruins, and he's able to come through for them. And that's the first 3-pointer since the end of the first half for the Bruins, I believe. And they have scorers, but Summit's keeping them at bay and not letting them get the scoring going, as Conger trying to get something going here as we get down to 10 seconds in the quarter. Showing some ball handling skills. And Andrew Pierce kind of trapped at the baseline there in front of the bench. Good defense by Brentwood. Unable to hit the turnaround 3 at the buzzer. Spartans are barely holding on as we go into the 4th quarter. They lead the Brentwood Bruins 30 to 28. Looking up at our scoreboard here, looks like Tristan Conger for the Spartans, leading the scoring for them at 12. And on Brentwood's side, like I said, unable to see on the scoreboard for their scorers, but they finished the first half strong, and they have stayed in there close, making it tough for the Spartans here in the second half. And as we look at the team on the floor for the Bruins, looks like they're going small once again. to try to counteract the speed and high intensity, high volume play of the Spartans. Jack Thurman with the pull-up from the foul line. Pretty shot, and that will tie our ball game at 30. Brentwood needs to get him going. Massey was able to deflect the ball away. Brentwood unable to get the loose ball, and along the way picking up a foul is John Franklin Burks. So we see both Wades back on the floor for Summit, with, I believe, Keaton Wade with the 3 fouls. So need to stay careful here if you're Wade. Works trying to look for a lane, and swarming is Thurman on defense, not allowing any of it. So Conger asking for a screen, gets it, goes in and draws a foul. All night, he's done a pretty good job at driving in the lane and drawing fouls, and that takes Brentwood to 5 fouls total in this half. So once again, Josh Goodwin looking on as he sees his fellas right in this game, 100%, and with the 1-point lead now after the first made free throw. And with the substitution for Brentwood, that brings back in Ben Mills and Harry Lackey. So they have their height back on the floor as Conger was able to hit both free throws. Gets their lead back up to 2, and the ball is loose and stolen. Wade gets it to Wirtz, and Wirtz is able to connect. On the layup. And once again, showing a little bit of backcourt pressure are the Spartans. As Preston Moore looking to set things up. Lackey looking around, decides to shoot the 3. Nobody's going to guard me. I'm going to shoot it, and he hits. And pretty stroke by Lackey as well, so that will bring us to a timeout. 1-point lead for Summit, 34-33 over the Brentwood Bruins. Just over 6 minutes left to go here to play in regulation. So like I said in the beginning of the broadcast, Brentwood at 8-2 in second place, Summit at 4-6 in 7th place. Strictly talking about conference standings here. Big game for Summit. They are a half game out of 5th and a full game out of 4th, where Dixon County is, and Page is in 5th as well, 5-6 and 5-5. So a win here for Summit could put them into 5th place. And as I mentioned in the girls' game, that is very important seedings in the district tournament, and the competition of all these schools in this conference is so similar and so close together. Even Coach Shirley over on the Brentwood side doesn't really have a team he wants to play in the tournament. And with them sitting in second place, they need to get to 9-2 to get in closer range of Franklin sitting at that 1 spot. But Summit is not going to make it easy. Going inside to Wade, and he's going to be called for the offensive foul. Good job by Harry Lackey taking that charge And that will be Keaton Wade's 4th foul. And with just under 6 minutes left to go, that is not something Coach Godin wants to see. Is one of his leading scorers in foul trouble. Thurman gets open for a 3-pointer and makes it. And that will give Brentwood the lead, 36-34. And if I'm not mistaken, that is their first lead of the ball game other than the first couple minutes. As Wirtz loses his footing, trying to get it to Jolly, and it is out of bounds, Brentwood ball. So costly turnover there, and that gives Brentwood another possession, free possession, after a big 3-pointer by Thurman. Lackey loses it, gets it back. Gets it to Winley, big jumper. Good for the 6'2 sophomore, 38-34. As Moore, number 12, called for the foul. So that is number 6 for on Brentwood, his 3rd personal. See if Summit can stay within themselves, slow it down a little bit, and not let this game get away from them. Wade in the lane, gets fouled on the shot. And that is going to be on Ben Mills. So Wade will shoot 2, and the Spartans as a whole will shoot free throws the rest of the game, as that is Brentwood's 7th foul. And there's no more important time for the Spartans and their free throws going in at this point on in the game. And Wade was able to get 1 of 2. So that brings them back within 3. As we approach 4 minutes left to go in this ball game. Thurman drives, unable to get it, gets his own rebound, and puts it back and in. Strong play by Jack Thurman. This is the part of the game where this man will get hot, and he will not cool off. He is having a great second half after a slow start. Wirtz unable to connect, and Mills with the rebound. So as you see there on your screen, 40-35, Brentwood has taken over the lead, and they are looking to pull away. Wow, and 1. What a play by Preston Moore. Gets fouled on the shot, floats it up, nothing but net. Great play by the young man. Foul's going to be called on Konata Wirtz. That's going to be his first, team 6th. And Moore unable to get the 3-point play. Wirtz looking to push. Holds it up, going to set up a play. Conger drives. Unable to hit it, and Thurman's going to be called out of bounds. So that brings us to a full timeout by the Spartans as they look at a 7-point deficit here with 3:04 left to go in the 4th quarter. 42-35 Brentwood. So as we see both teams in the huddle, Brentwood looking to keep their foot on the gas and to not make any more mistakes, and giving Summit free chances. As on Summit's side, you have to think 3 minutes left. We got to pick up the pressure, which they've had all night, and that has been problems for Brentwood. But as we're getting in there with, they have one more foul to give, and Brentwood, a decent free throw shooting team, will look for Summit to draw up a nice inbounds play here from the baseline. Quick score and then show pressure for the rest of the game. And here in this fourth quarter, Brentwood has been able to react to it and react really well. Wade, pull-up jumper from the free throw line, and good. So there's your quick score, and here's your pressure by Summit. Moore barely able to get it over the timeline in 10 seconds. Stolen by Wade. Destin Wade. Tried a behind the back pass. Stolen away and blocked on the other end by number 4. That's Caleb Jolly. Big defensive play for Mr. Jolly, as it looked like Preston Moore thought he was all alone with the easy layup. And Jolly able to knock that ball away. So Summit keeping Brentwood outside right now, as Brentwood not in any type of hurry, as we're approaching 2 minutes left to go. And Brentwood with the 5-point lead, just letting that clock run out. As Conger forced to foul Mills. So that is Conger's third foul. That'll bring a foul total for both teams at 7. So free throws all around the rest of the game. So Joey McPherson at the line for a 1-and-1. And it is good. So Brentwood kind of holding a little bit of a prevent defense, having one of their players to get a rebound down low and kind of stay back to defend a rush. But with the made free throw by McPherson, that will be neither here nor there. 44-37. Brentwood, 1:50 left to go in the fourth quarter. Summit is looking to score and score quick. Drive inside. Keaton Wade gets the feed from his brother Destin and is able to get down low and draw a foul. 1 for 2 for Wade, his last trip to the line. See how he does here. Boy, these free throws are important. So after the first one is made, Coach Goodwin decides to call a timeout to decide what they're going to do after a make, after a miss. Maybe draw up a couple plays for the next offensive possession. But we will see. So both of these teams next week. Let's see. Brentwood will be traveling to Page. And Summit will be heading to Ravenwood. That'll be a good matchup. Summit and Ravenwood tied in the conference right now. And Page trying to, in 5th place, trying to work their way up the ladder. So after the timeout, Keaton Wade will try to get the back end of this 1-1 and does. So 5-point lead for Brentwood, 44-39. Minute and a half left to go. Jonathan Myers, big steal on defense. Quick timeout by Goodwin and the Spartans. And looks like we just saw what they drew up in that timeout. So 5-point lead for Brentwood. They just turned the ball over again. And Summit, just showing absolute resilience on defense and showing their speed and able to get a very important possession. And this is going to be a very important inbound play for Summit. All right, here we go. So after the timeout, Works trying to penetrate and gets called for the offensive foul. They're going to call that every time, lowering the shoulder. And good job by Moore staying in there on defense. So that will be Wirtz's second foul. That's 8 for Summit. Summit looking to trap. Moore able to get the ball past the timeline. As Summit fouls Lackey to stop the clock at 1:05. So personnel changes on both sides. So Lackey will be at the line for a 1-and-1. And I was wrong. 9 team fouls, that's going to be 2 shots as he makes the first. And 2 huge free throws made by Lackey. 7-point lead, 46-39 as we hit 1 minute left to go in this game. Conger, left-handed swoop and makes it. So quick answer by Summit after the 2 made free throws by Lackey. So Summit probably looking to get a turnover on this press in the inbound. If not, foul quickly. And the question is, who are you going to foul? Great shooting team Brentwood has, and so far tonight they've been hot from the line as well. While we have a break, let me tell you about next week. The WC-TV Game of the Week broadcast will be at Centennial High School as the number 3 ranked Centennial Cougars will be hosting the number 1 ranked Franklin Rebels. And I couldn't be more excited about that. Paul Brees and I will be bringing you play-by-play coverage for that, and for what should be an amazing atmosphere and a very good game, and cannot wait to bring that for you all next week. Well, right now, this boys game living up to the hype from the girls game. 46-41, Brentwood holding on to a 5-point lead as they get the ball into Thurman, and that's probably the last person that Summit wants to foul. Passing long out, and Now Summit's going to need to foul. And they do. Thurman trying to pick up a three-point shot to get 3 shots, but good try nonetheless. About 11 and a half seconds off the clock there before Summit fouled. So we'll see how that turns out to help or hurt them as Lackey makes his first. And makes the second. 48-41, 7-point lead for Brentwood. Conger driving, looking to draw a foul, gets his own rebound, and then is able to draw the shooting foul. So that's going to be on McPherson. His second foul of the game. As Conger is unable to get the roll. Conger makes the second, and we'll go to the bench. Jonathan Myers in for him. Summit needing a big turnover on this inbound. They get it into Moore. And eludes the foul, and they get it across. McPherson trying to run out the clock, waiting on the foul, and gets it. So Keaton Wade did not pick up the foul. It's going to be on Jonathan Myers. Second foul for him. See how McPherson does at the line for the first time this evening. And these are big shots because right now it's a 2-possession game at 6 points. So needing to at least make one to make it a 3-possession ball game. And make it as hard as possible for Summit to come back, as he is off the mark on the first one. So Conger back in the game. I'm going to point out 2 timeouts left for Brentwood, 1 for Summit, as we have 27.7 seconds left, and McPherson able to hit the second of the 2 shots. Conger looking to hurry it across. Pulls up for 3, deep 3, unable to hit. Rebound by Mills. And Thurman had it in the corner and gets fouled. I think that's picked up on Wirtz. So 7-point game. Thurman will go to the line for 2 points. And looking to put this game to rest. So hits the front end. And second. So that'll make it a 9-point lead for Brentwood, as Wade for the deep 3 is off the mark. And will be off of Summit. And Brentwood will have possession with 10.6 seconds left to go in the game. And more than likely will send them home with the victory on the road here at Summit. But what a game by the Spartans. A young team they have, staying in the game the entire way, leading most of the game, and just showing that they're not going to back down, and they are a force to be reckoned with, especially going into the playoff time. And that's the most important. Anybody can beat anybody any given day when it comes to district playoffs. But nonetheless, great game on both sides. Brentwood got hot late and was able to get that 9-point lead And with that, that'll be all. So with your final score, Bruins 51, Summit Spartans 42. We thank you very much for joining our broadcast tonight, as we will see you next week at Centennial High School as they host Franklin. I'm Parker Hazard. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week.